What is it? Name's Alex. Alex Anatole. Let me know if you've got... I'll get it back to you as good as new. They're Motus Mining's only competition out here. They set up shop first, actually, but they're just about finished. When Motus moved in, they lured the Erin workers with promise of higher wages. Erin excavations never recovered. I hear the foreman, Edgar Erin, is pretty bitter about it. He still hasn't left, though. Probably holding on to the hope he can get his business running again. It's a dangerous region, for sure. There are beasts out there just waiting to tear a gnome apart. The mining operations here have run into a real wall when it comes to the local wildlife. Take heed and learn from their hardship. Make sure you're well equipped, and don't hesitate to ask for repairs. Take care of your gear, and we'll always bring you home.
Oh, I don't mind the dried rations or the lack of wine, really. Goodbye. Thank you for all you've done.
Never lower your guard in the Hollowlands. The desert's vicious, twisted, and strange. It's a shame what happened to Edgar. He should have known when to call it quits. The Motus takeover wasn't anything personal. You look like you can take care of yourself, but you should be careful out there.
For it.
From the Desert Runner's lethal dance to the chaos of the wolf pack, the Fae displayed these contests as art. Engard, the embodiment of contention, arose as champion. His strike was as the mantis leg, a bolt amid stillness. He met defeat like the salamander's tail, lost, but only to grow again. He inflicted wounds like the serpent's fang, rotting poison to weaken the mightiest opponent. His baleful stare was the shark's fin above the water's surface, promising a bloody end.
To a ruin beyond that fork in the road. I tried to stop them, but they won't release him until the curse is removed. I have no idea what they're speaking of. Please, help us! Thank you so much. The Fae took him through the narrow pass nearby. I'm a seamstress, an excellent one. Lot of good it's doing me right now. Please, my husband needs help! I can't bear to think about what the Fae are doing to him in there! We were just trying to pass through to the Red Marches when the Lord became ill. We had stopped so he could catch his breath when the Fae came storming out of their ruin. They took him past the barrier to the south, and I haven't seen him since. I hardly know where we are, let alone what this place is. I just want my husband back. I've heard that these wilds are the last place in Detir to find the Fae undisturbed.
Sans Spaghetti Morton. Greetings. You are strange. There's something distinctly Fae about you. Releasing him would be detrimental to Fae and mortal alike. I sense something peculiar about you, though. Perhaps you could help him. He could be healed, we surmise, with the completion of the Rite of Valor. Have you noticed my enraged summer brethren out in the sands? They attack anyone, friend or foe. We of the Circle term it the Narca affliction. It's a curse magical in nature. The affected cannot be reasoned or bargained with. The Almain fell victim to the curse, and though it has not altered his mind, he complains of pain. He warrants study, and so we keep him. The key is the Cora petal. The regenerative properties of the petal can cure the Almain. You'll find it on the vessel of the Guardian of the Caverns, the Cora Thresh. The Rite of Valor will awaken the Guardian, which has lain dormant in this long winter. Defeat it, and the petal can be plucked from its vessel. Head to the Caverns of Ingress at the base of the Great Spine. There are 3 Arathi sigil stones within. They are marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Activate them in that order. Each stone will curse you. Once the last stone is activated, a beast of many vines will challenge you in your weakened state. Defeat it, and bring the Cora petal to us. You must retrieve the Cora petal from the Caverns of Ingress. Complete the Rite of Valor, and you will awaken a beast of many vines. Find it, defeat it, and pluck the Cora petal from its vessel. I direct the Circle of Engard in its duties. My allies and I serve the champion of valor, not the mortal pretender, but the Fae known as Engard. Unfortunately, the champion is no more. Not since his defeat in the arena by mortal hands. We have confidence that he'll appear in Amalur once again. Every Fae is compelled to perform a function, and reigning as champion was Engard's role. When the champion returns, the Circle of Engard will take up arms once again, and our rites of combat will shake the earth. You must activate 3 sigil stones within the Caverns of Ingress. They're marked by a waterfall, a pillar, and a tree. Each stone will lay a curse upon your vessel when activated, and summon opponents to face in your weakened state. At the rite's end, a beast of many vines will appear to challenge you. Defeating it will permanently remove the curses. Some of our brethren departed, like our champion, Engard. Some went mad and became Narca. Those of us who are left remain for the sake of this land. If it were free of the Narca curse, we would gladly follow after our champion. The Fae have thrived here for many cycles. Though the way the seasons have been flowing, we may not thrive for much longer. They are our brethren, afflicted by the same curse as the Almain Allard. Left untreated, the curse alters the mind and role of the afflicted. We term these brethren Narca, and you'll find them wandering the desert of Ulcerund, attacking any that come near. They cannot tell friend from foe. It'll take some time before it's safe to walk the sands without a resolution to this dilemma. The Fae champion of Valor, Engard, was defeated in battle years ago at the House of Valor by a Varani warrior. In accordance with Fae tradition, control of the house passed to that mortal, and the Fae were forced to leave. We realize our presence in Detir is rapidly diminishing. If we can re-establish the tradition lost with the House of Valor, perhaps we can still stabilize our presence in this region. Their effects are temporary. The curses will vacate your body if you begin the rite, and then leave the Caverns of Ingress. Exercise caution in Ulcerund, traveler. The sands are unkind to mortals.
Hey there. How can I help? I thought I could smell meat on you. Thanks a lot. You really helped me out. Come back anytime, and I'll buy more meat off of you.
Careful out there.
I'm at your service, friend. See you soon. I'm at your service, friend. Take a look at the merchandise. Come again.
Greetings again. Well done. I can use the petal to create an elixir for the Almain. He needs only to drink this. If it indeed frees him from the curse, he may leave. And I will finally have hope of saving Ulcerund from the Narca. Administer the potion to the Almain. Hopefully, it'll free him of the curse, and we can begin to heal Ulcerund of the Narca affliction. Exercise caution in Ulcerund, traveler.
You've returned. Will the Fae allow me to leave? They'll let me go if this works. Fine. I'll drink anything at this point. I can feel the curse leaving me. I'm not just saying that so I can leave. It's like a fever's breaking. I should get back to my wife. Thank you again, and farewell.
Greetings, mortal. Greetings, mortal. What brings you to the sands, mortal?
Mortals are too fragile for these lands, but you seem... Mortals are too fragile for these lands.
Narca must be stopped. If you require healing, I will aid you. This land is in pain. It is afflicted as the Narca are afflicted. Mindless. Some are Fae. They cannot distinguish Fae from foe. They attack all who approach. We know not the cause. I repair the vessels of the Circle when necessary. It is my role. Mortal.
The Narca must be stopped. Strange. The threads of fate do not entwine your destiny. I read the fates for the Circle. That is my role. They are our brethren, but they cannot distinguish Fae from foe. They attack all who approach, and we know not the cause of their malady. We await the return of our champion. The mortal Magnus defeated him, and he has not returned. Farewell.
We do not know for certain how the Narca came to be, but Florian has ideas on how to rid Ulcerund of them. We do not know for certain how the Narca came to be, but Florian has ideas.
That was impressive. Our success with the Almain bears great portent for Ulcerund. If a mortal can be cured, then maybe a Fae can as well. I believe that you could survive a journey through the Fellfire Pit. Will you help us with another task? We wish to repeat our success with the Almain at a much grander scale. To do this, we require the essence of another plant, this time from the Fellfire Pit. The pit is located at the base of the great spine of Ulcerund. The flower, the Fellfire bloom, rests there. The only plant that grows in the pit. We know the mortal fondness for compensation, and will reward you significantly. Excellent! Then head to the Fellfire Pit, where the Guardian of the Bloom awaits. Exercise caution in Ulcerund, traveler. The sands are uncut. The Fellfire Bloom is the only flower able to grow in the pit. You'll be suitably rewarded for bringing it here. It is located at the base of the rock structure we call the Great Spine. A magical fire burns within that never dims. The flower bestows regenerative properties. We'll use it to heal this land of the Narca curse. It is located at the base of the rock structure we call... Ulcerund is among the last Fae lands untouched by mortal civilization. But it is not without its difficulties. Some of our brethren have fallen to a curse that renders them feral and frenzied. My brethren and I make up the Circle of Engar. We seek to restore the Fae rights lost when the mortals took the House of Valor. The Circle is holding vigil, waiting for the champion to return. Farewell, mortal.
The Great Ones contested Engard's knowledge, and time and again they failed. The combat space was a patch of dirt, which soon became a clearing. The clearing, trampled by the feet of warriors, sunk into the earth and became an arena where the bravest mortals heard the feral clamors of the combatants. The House of Valor was born.
Take care and answer.
Excellent. You have my thanks, child. Now, we can use the power of the Fellfire Bloom to begin the removal of this curse from our lands. We will, however, require your services once more to accomplish this. Will you aid us again? Seek an audience with the keepers of the crossing, and then administer the sample of Fellfire Bloom to the heart of this land. With luck, you will free this entire region from the Narka affliction. The restorative properties of the Fellfire Bloom will remove the Narka's affliction from the font of the crossing. The Summer Fae who live here are tied to the land, and the land in turn is tied to the crossing. You must invoke the Keeper's right in order to reach the crossing. The first step is to challenge Pura at the Crown of the Sun to battle. You need proof that you have bested her to pass through Caer Alatha. Very well. Defeat Pura, and she will give you the Amulet of the Sun. Take the amulet to the keepers at Caer Alatha, and they will allow you to pass. At the bottom of Caer Alatha, you'll find the font of the crossing. Place the sample of Fellfire Bloom atop it. Go to the Crown of the Sun, where Pura trains replacement keepers, and challenge her to battle. Only if you defeat her will she grant you the Amulet of the Sun, which you will require to enter the crossing. Then, delve into the depths of Caer Alatha and find the crossing. Place the sample of Fellfire Bloom atop the altar at its center. If our theory is correct, your help in this matter will finally free Ulcerund of the Narka affliction.
Come in. What do you need today? Goodbye.
child of dust. What brings you to the crown of the sun? The desert is unkind to mortals. Florian and the Circle sent you to access the crossing? It is highly unusual for a mortal to invoke a Fey rite. But your aura is most unlike a mortal's. Very well. Prepare yourself. Well done. You are a skilled combatant. It's no wonder you've earned the respect of Florian and his Circle. The Amulet of the Sun is yours, and with it your right to descend to the crossing. You will find the crossing in the deepest depths of Arathi. The Amulet of the Sun allows you to access the tunnels that will take you there. Florian told you of it. They must trust you implicitly. It is one of many sources of our worldly power. It is an almost limitless source of magical energy, closely tied to the essence of Ulcerund. Ulcerund is the last bastion of the Fae in Tyr, one of the few places in these desert lands where we are plentiful. I am the guardian of the Crown of the Sun. It is my role to watch this sacred place and see to the safety of the keepers in training. I do not wish to speak to you about Fae affairs, mortal. This place is older than your mind can grasp, and it will remain long after you are gone. They are Summer Fae, but their minds have been altered. They attack any who travel the sands, be they mortal or Fae. They spend hundreds of years here in preparation of their duties. I am tasked with meeting their needs, ensuring they are ready. It will be several hundred years before the replacements for the current keepers arrive.
The Withering War swept across the land. Seelie and Unseelie fought each other. The House of Valor was abandoned for the battlefields of Isa and On. Engard battled hordes as the warriors of Valor thrived on the plains of Arathi. The storm grew as they joined the war, and the Seelie threw back the invaders.
You're going to burn!
A foulness unknown to Tyrion's tired pilgrims lumbered in the plains. Laboured grunts trumpeted the call of brutish Jotun, the giant-kin of old. The hammer-wielders, in grievous march they trampled wood and tumbled stone. The fleshy weight of steps crushed the bones of warriors past. Kelleran's legion spread too thin. Beala's prayers went unanswered, and fear of death came too easily with the heavy step of the Holdovers.
Welcome to Caer Arathi, mortal. We have not had visitors in a very long time. What do you seek? To deal with the Narca curse. If Purra has given you the means to pass, then do so. You should seek out Halcyor. He will assist you in this. We Keepers routinely delve into the depths of Caer Arathi to make minute adjustments to the crossing, ensuring its power remains under control. Find the crossing, and Halcyor will undoubtedly be nearby. Yes, I am Winter Fae and Halcyor is Summer Fae. That is the nature of the crossing. A representative from both courts remains here for balance. I always distrusted the Summer Fae, but it is difficult to distrust your only companion. Over the centuries, Halcyor and I have grown to rely on one another. It is a nexus of energies, a place where magic flows infinitely. There are few such places on Amalur, and the Keepers are tasked with protecting them. The Keepers live to prevent use of the crossing by either Fae Empire. Its power is such that both Summer and Winter Fae have agreed to leave its power unharnessed. It is where the replacement Keepers go to prepare for their work at the crossing. When it is time for them to assume their posts, they enter into combat with Purra, as you did. If they survive, she brings them here, as she did with us. She is the guardian of the Crown of the Sun, and a powerful sorceress. But you have defeated her. It is no wonder Florian and the others of the House of Valor have come to place their trust in you. It is no accident that Caer Arathi is a place of great spiritual confluence. The crossing's flow of energy has influenced the landscape, shaped it as the ancients once did. I am quite skilled at sage crafting. It is one of my roles. I will aid you if you require it. She is the guardian. It is no wonder Florian and Halcyor is my companion, and a revelation. I never in my lives spoke to a Summer Fae, yet now I see that winter and summer are not so different. Take caution in these lands, Lord.
You should feel privileged. The crossing is not a place of mortal business. You are the first to come this far. That essence of the Fellfire bloom is meant for the crossing, yes? To cure this region of the Narca curse. I will not allow it. Florian, in all his wisdom, does not see what I see. That the crossing is a solution to this long winter. No Fey empire has ever risen so. It is not the way of things. I have been using the power of the crossing to gradually tip the balance of magic in favor of the Summer Fey in Ulcerund. But this had unfortunate side effects. The crossing is tied to the magical essence of this land, and so are the Fey of this region. My tampering has driven them to madness. It is a necessary corruption. Better for a few of us to be mad than to wait for this long winter to end. Perish. I cannot allow you to interfere further. The Circle of Engard must endure my curse for as long as it takes to end this long winter. Fare you well.
I see. Alcir's devotion to his king and court was more powerful than our friendship. That he would compromise his own kind to end the long winter is deeply unsettling. Perhaps, in the end, he'd become Narca himself. You have my thanks. Please, take these. They are imbued with Fey magic, and should aid you wherever you may go. The crossing has changed. I can feel it. But whether it undid the damage Halcyon inflicted remains to be seen. Return to Florian and report what transpired. I serve the Unseelie Court. I was chosen to guard the crossing as the Winter representative, to watch over its power during the long winter. Always dear Pura has stood vigil at the Circle of the Sun, awaiting the new keepers to give them direction. It was she who led Halcyon and myself to the crossing when we first arrived in Amalur. Take caution in these lands, Mort.
It's good to see you all. I can feel a change in the air. The taint of the Naka curse is rapidly dissipating. Shame it was caused by one of the Sealy's own. The Circle and I will take our leave. A small number of Naka will undoubtedly remain. We will reclaim our brethren and defeat what Naka are left. Thanks to you, perhaps Alcerund will recover from the Naka after all.
Exercise caution in Alcerund, traveler.
Circle of Engard's mortals are too fragile.
Welcome. Any socketed gems I can remove for you?
Hey there, stranger. You look like you've seen some combat. Care to take a look at the highest quality armor this side of Datir?
I hope I have enough money for it.
Well, hello there. Are you suffering from anything, warrior? Festering wound? Magical burns? Good old-fashioned sword stabbing? I've got a poultice for that.
These extra punch.